Well, thank you for that wonderful welcome here. I'm having an absolutely glorious time. You know, the committee here has really gone out of their way to make us feel comfortable. As a matter of fact, when I first arrived here day before yesterday, I came all prepared for Scottish weather. You know, Scottish weather is legendary. And so I had my warm clothes on, and I had, you know, I was kind of steeled for this Scottish weather. I arrived at the airport, and I was absolutely turned back by this blinding sunshine. The Scottish hospitality is really incredible. They rolled out a Southern Californian sun to make us feel more comfortable. And then as we were walking through the airport, your glorious brand new airport there were palm trees that they wheeled in. You know, that's really excessive. I know that you're wonderfully hospitable, but you didn't have to go that far. And I told them that. I told them I was looking forward to some bracing Scottish weather, you know, and wouldn't you know, they accommodated me again. Within about half an hour. This thing called Scottish hospitality is absolutely unbelievable. So I have to be very careful about wishing for something here, because they will provide it. But it's been absolutely wonderful, even just the past 2 days. Yesterday they took us on a wonderful tour of the delights of this general, I guess it's called the Scots Clyde, Strathclyde, Clydeside area. I'm still suffering from got today, just 15 minutes ago. Again, I've been getting up many times a day. It's very difficult, you know, because there's so much that's engaging here, and you want to absorb it all in, but this absolutely uncontrollable thing, you know, this curtain descends over your eyes. Yesterday on that tour, we were driving to Ayers, past all that spectacular scenery, panoramic scenery. All the Americans, there were 3 Americans on that band there. All the Americans were in unison enjoying that panoramic scenery like this. Every time it turned. Well, that's the way to, you know, to get the whole sweep of that scenery. I hope that I get my equilibrium and my speech back before too long. But I had to be here. For one thing, I love Scotland. I've been here many, many times. I was here in Glasgow, what was it, 5 years ago, as, would you believe, the chieftain of the Bersden Mulgai Highland Games. And they had me all, you know, in the kilts, or kilt. It's singular, isn't it? We say pants, but a kilt, right? And we don't say a pair of kilts. We wear, well, who knows? I might wear 2 at the same time. I tried, they fitted me for one yesterday, and I was strolling up and down the street here right by the hotel, and you know, I was tempted to wear a pair of kilts. It's very breezy down there. And so the hospitality has been great, wonderful, and I always enjoy coming to Scotland. During the Edinburgh Festival. It was a glorious summer. I really enjoyed that. Yes, and also I must say the coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in Edinburgh. And so it was really wonderful to come back here. I really enjoy coming to Scotland, but most of all because the people are so wonderfully friendly. And to top the whole thing off, this was a Star Trek convention. And I had to be here to thank all of you for the incredible life that you've given us. Now, would you believe it's 26 years of Star Trek? We've lived long, much longer than we ever expected. You know, I thought, actually, I predicted to Jimmy Dewitt when we were shooting the pilot, that's what we call the demonstration film, a pilot film. I said, I smell quality with this show, and that means we're in deep trouble. Because, television is known for respecting quality. Anything that I really love on television, it's gone very quickly. And I thought this might be something like that. I was wrong. We lasted 3 seasons, which was much longer than I had predicted. I said at best we'll have 2 seasons. But I was even wrong on the 3 seasons, because here we are into our 3rd decade and still going strong. We've had 26 glorious years, which you've given us. It would not have lasted this long without your support, your energy, and most of all, your love. Last year was one of the most memorable of all the years. The silver anniversary of Star Trek, 25 years. It was an absolutely glorious year, and there are some wonderful moments that stand out as highlights of that benchmark year. Last year, of course, we released the best film of all the Star Trek films, Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Now, I make that qualitative appraisal as a totally unbiased, absolutely. It is an objective view. And I thought one of the things that made it such a brilliant Star Trek film was the fact that they have a brave, bold, new captain. When you go into an Australian and they discover that you're not Australian, Australians have this strange mania. They want to teach you this particular song. And so anyone who's visited Australia, I'm sure you've learned this song. It's called Waltzin' Matilda. Do join in with me on the chorus. Oh, and you may not understand it. Australian is a whole totally different. You think you don't understand us Americans. Just wait until you listen to Australians. Do you know what a billabong is? Oh, you do? Oh, you British, you speak Australian, do you? Oh, well then I won't have, in America I have to translate it for people, but all right, you speak Australian. This is the way it goes. Once a jolly swag man camped by a billabong under the shade of a cool tree, and he sang as he watched and waited while his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. Waltzin' Matilda, waltzin' Matilda, you'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited while his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. Down came a jumbuck to drink in the billabong. Up jumped the swag man and grabbed him with glee. And he sang as he stowed that jumbuck in his tuck a bag. You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. Waltzin' Matilda, waltzin' Matilda, you'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. And he sang as he stowed that jumbuck in his tuck a bag. You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. Came the squire mounted on his thoroughbred. Down came the troopers, 1, 2, 3. Where's the jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. Waltzin' Matilda, waltzin' Matilda, you'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. Where's the jolly jumbuck you got in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. Up jumped the swag man right into the billabong. You'll never catch me alive, said he. And his song can be heard as you walk by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he... Oh dear. This was quite unprepared for. I'm sorry.
Did you enjoy playing your character differently in Mirror Mirror?
Oh, yes. Oh, that was good fun. Particularly episodes like that where we got to play... Do you all understand me? You do understand my American accent. It was wonderful to be able to, I love Sulu, but to be able to stretch, to get outside that character that you know and love so much, and to play that cutthroat, villainous, malevolent, and particularly rapacious. You saw that scene on the bridge. Oh no, you didn't see that scene on the bridge. Except that dumb Twitahura. She rejected me. She missed out on something really wonderful. That would have been another scene. But yes, I did enjoy doing episodes like Mirror Mirror and also Naked Time, when we got to show another wonderful eccentricity of Sulu's, which also happens to be mine. You asked about some of my hobbies. Well, fencing. Oh, I've got one more. In addition to this response. The what? The hook. The hook wheel. Well, before that does, I better hurry up and get this out. When you write that letter to Brandon Tartikoff, to include another important bit of lobbying there. This is a little connective device. You saw that helmsman on the Excelsior in Star Trek VI, didn't you? I think he left something to be desired. He had a tendency to panic under pressure. When I wanted him to go faster, he was afraid that the ship would fly apart. He wanted to slow down when the Enterprise was in great jeopardy. We can't have a helmsman like that. And so Captain Sulu has been looking over the new graduating class from Starfleet Academy. And one individual, this young ensign, stands out head and shoulders above all of the others. Brilliant young man. Number one in his class. Shows good leadership potential. He's a little ragged around the edges. A bit individualistic. And he expresses that. He's got an amazingly thick shock of hair that he wears on the longish side. A bright young man. And I think he'll make a very good helmsman on board the Excelsior. And perhaps, well, who knows. His name, he's got a somewhat French-sounding name despite his British accent. Young Ensign Jean-Luc Picard. What do you think of that? Captain Sulu thinks he's got the makings of a good helmsman there. However, he is going to have to get a haircut.